All right, folks, welcome back to the Rolling Grill. Today we're gonna make some crawfish bread, one of my favorites out of New Orleans. We're gonna be using Walmart crawfish. These right here are straight out of Louisiana, Eunice, Louisiana. You see that? They did not come from overseas. These are good crawfish. These are our crawfish right here. This is probably like a pound. We have some seasoning right here. We got some bell peppers, onions, thyme, and a little bit of celery in there. It's been sitting for a while. We're gonna be using a mixture of cheddar cheese, mozzarella, a little Monterey Jack, and a mac and cheese blend that has Gruyere and smoked Gouda as well as medium cheddar in it as well. And we're gonna be using, can't have it, nothing without some of that Duke's mayonnaise. We're gonna be using some of that Walmart French bread. Walmart makes a very good French bread. If you didn't know, now you know. We're gonna cut that in half, and we're gonna be using a stick of butter. So y'all stay tuned, let's get into it, baby. Yeah, boy. All right, first things first, let's get this French bread out of here and let's get this cut up. All right. Now, simple process, good little bread knife or whatever. Got a brisket knife like this, does the trick. And just cut it straight down the middle. Don't go too fast. Watch your hand. Apply a little pressure, and booyah, there we have it. We have two halves. Now, I did cut it a little uneven, so what I'm gonna do in this one is I'm gonna take a little bit of the bread out the middle to kind of give myself a little cavity so that that crawfish combination can just sit in there and be oh so ooey gooey and delicious. So that's it. We took that out, made a little cavity in there, and that's where we're gonna stuff all that goodness. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, boy. All right, y'all, let's get into it. We got our pan, got our heat on like medium. And so I'm not gonna use a whole stick of butter. I said that earlier. I'm actually gonna use probably like half of this. So let me go ahead and cut the butter. And let's get this butter in the pan. All right. Booyah, there we go. All right, we got our butter going. While the butter is melting, we're gonna go ahead and put our seasoning in there. And we're gonna go ahead and get that in there. All right, we're also gonna add a little bit of garlic in there as well. And we're just gonna cook this down, probably about 5 minutes. Kind of sweat these vegetables out real good, so that's where we're adding it. Also, while we're doing that, we're going to be using stale crackers, Cajun Step. So, a little bit of that in there. Don't want to go too crazy because your cheeses will be salty. And as always, you're gonna taste at the end and see if you need more. So we'll go ahead and cook this down. And when I get back, I'll be going on to the next step. Stay tuned. All right, and since we are making New Orleans style crawfish bread, I thought it'd only be right if we sip a little bit of that juvie juice. That juvenile juice. I don't know if y'all know about that, but anyway, we're gonna sip a little bit of that. We also gonna go ahead and add our crawfish tails. These crawfish tails have all that crawfish fat and everything in them, and you wanna get everything in that pan. And again, we're just gonna cook these down. The crawfish are already cooked, so you don't have to go crazy on them. And again, it's all about sweating down the onions, bell peppers, and all that good stuff. So again, we're gonna let these roll for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back with step number 2, which will be adding our cheeses, mayo, and so on. Stay tuned. Oh, but before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of onion powder as well. At every step, you got to season your food, man. And also a little garlic powder to reinforce the garlic flavor. If you have parsley and green onions at this point, you could also add those as well as you want to, or you could wait to the end and add it on top. So let's let this cook down probably about 3 more minutes. We'll be right back. All right, now we're gonna start adding our cheeses. I'm gonna go in first with that mac and cheese blend. I already told you what it had in it. And then after that, we're gonna go in with some mozzarella. Probably gonna go in with like a half a bag of this. See if I need more at the end. And I'm gonna add Monterey Jack. You don't have to. You could add, you know, just sharp cheddar and Velveeta if you needed to. But I'm gonna add a little Monterey Jack to this. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more mild cheddar. You can use sharp cheddar if you have it. This is just what I had. So we're also gonna go in with some mayo. About that much. Maybe a little bit more. And then we're gonna start mixing this in there. The cheese is gonna start melting and breaking down. You might wanna cut your heat down just a little bit so you don't burn your cheese, and just let it melt down real slow. And this right here, folks, is what's gonna go inside of that French bread. So let me go ahead and get the mixing this up. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Y'all stay tuned. All right, folks, and just like that, we're back. Just to add a note, I did add cream cheese to mine, but you can also add good Velveeta cheese. Just think of it as the same way you would make a macaroni and cheese. You're gonna use those same kind of cheeses, some good melting cheeses, as well as some cheddars and whatever cheese you like smoked Gouda or whatever. But anyway, it's good to go. And like I said, I did add about a half a cup of cream cheese to mine. I actually add cream cheese to my macaroni and cheese mixture, so that actually worked out. And so now, we're gonna transition over to putting it inside of the bread. All right. So, let me get a spoon. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I hope y'all can see that. All right, I went and got me a spoon. So what I'm gonna do now, without being messy, is stuff it right there inside of that bread. Just like this. And that's why I kind of made a little cavity so it'll sit in there real deep. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get these stuffed. I'll speed it up so you guys can see what it look like when I'm finished. Stay tuned. All right, folks, and there you have it. Hopefully y'all can get a good picture of that. It's stuffed really good. I actually got a lot of stuffing left over as well. And so now I'm gonna put this in a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes. And at the end, if I need to, I'll brown it with the broiler. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I did 350 for 15 minutes, and now I have it on broil. And I'm just gonna do like a few seconds on broil. As you can see already, man, that thing is gooey. It's hard to keep the cheese from running down the side, man. You know, that's just what it's gonna do. And just take you a little spatula and scoop it back in there. But anyway, we're gonna let this bubble up a little bit, and then we will cut it. Stay tuned. Guys, and there we have it. Ooey gooey, cheesy crawfish bread. And all I'm doing is just separating the two. I'm getting ready to take them off, put them on the cutting board, and I'll let y'all see how it looks. But it came out good, man. Yes, sir, let's cut. All right, y'all, let's take this one. Let's see if we can get it. It's hot. Ooh, yes, Lord. Look at all them crawfish on there. Look at that. There go my timer going off. Anyway, we're gonna let it cool for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll cut it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. If you need to, if you taste it and you don't think you seasoned it enough, just hit it with a little bit of your Old Bay, Cajun seasoning or whatever. At the end, you can hit it with some parsley and green onions also. But anyway, let's cut it down the middle. Nice sharp knife. Perfect for appetizers. Perfect for anything doing with some pre-gaming. Yes, sir. Look at that, man. Come on, bro. Look at all them crawfish in there. Hopefully y'all can see this. Yes, sir. So, let me go ahead and get a taste. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys. Got it pretty, dressed out. Perfect to put on a little table out for your guest or whatever. Like I said, a little parsley, some green onions. Bam. But anyway, let's get into it. Yes, sir. Oh, hell yeah. All day long. Crawfish. Crawfish and cheese. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So as always, I want to thank y'all for joining me here at the Rolling Grill. As always, man, good food, good vibes. We'll catch y'all in the next video. Please try this. Perfect for 4th of July weekend. Catch y'all in the next video. Yeah, boy.